Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. So we've got another launch, and this time it's the Mission Darts launch. It's ridiculous. I think I might have to change the name of my channel from Darts Review channel to Darts, what would it be? Preview, unboxing channel, maybe. Because that's all I seem to be doing lately. There's so many things coming out that I just can't get around to doing like full reviews. But anyway, as you can see, got a fair bit of stuff here to show you, and got some more fancy darts in fancy packaging. Seems to be getting to be the thing now, putting these darts in these fancy boxes and that. And not good for the environment, you know. But anyway, they must know that my favourite colour is green, because they've sent me one in a green box. So looking forward to seeing what they're like. Let's check them out. Ah, typical. Alright, so first of all, we've got the Force 90 Vortex moulded flights in the kite shape, medium clear red, and the tweeny solid white, and the short solid black. I won't get them all out, I'll just get the red ones out to give you a quick look. Trying to think how many brands haven't got moulded flights out now. Before it was easier to work out how many had moulded flights, but now it's not so easy to work out how many don't have. So as usual with the moulded flights, you know the story, but just give you a quick look at them. You got your 90-degree wings, all one system. These have got like a little bit of grippiness on the base of the stems, like so. Well, not everyone likes a moulded flight. I particularly like them mainly because, you know, I just can't be pestered now with the flights popping off, and with crappy eyesight trying to struggle get them back into the tops of the stems and having to bend down and pick them up and all that. So for me, that's why I like them. I don't really know whether my darts fly any better with a moulded system. I think it's just more for those reasons more than anything. So that's the Force 90 Vortex. Next we've got Ryan Meikle, I think that's how you say it, the barber. Now I don't really know much about this guy, so was he a barber? I don't know. But as you can see, comes in cardboard packaging, and you got your barber type symbol graphics, and if I can get my finger on there, inside you got a plastic tray holding everything in place. Now these are quite similar to the previous Mission boxes, but slightly wider, so you've got all that extra space for nothing. I don't know, maybe the darts brands are starting to compete for shelf space like it was in the old days with the Amiga and PC boxes, where you'd have a massive box with a floppy disk in, it'd take up the whole shelf. Well, fairly simple barrel design, and I'll just get the flight on for you. But obviously a lot of players do tend to like a more simple style, and more often than not it ends up being a straight barrel ring grip style, and obviously that's a variation of it. So there you go, just some ring and groove grip and some quite wide smooth sections, so you've got a bit of edginess on them rings and that. So I guess if you want a placement and reference point, then you'll probably be able to find it amongst the smooth sections, but it should be a pretty good all-rounder like most straight barrel darts are, and fitted with the Mission grip lock stems and the standard shape flights. Now they also sent a little, looks like I've pulled off one of the little rings there, might be enough that one. Sent a little catalogue with all the info on, so obviously the 90%, and it tells you the price, $44.95, and it tells you the weights available, 21, 23, 25, and it has the dimensions there, and it says grip level 5, which is probably about right. I mean, it's medium level I think for most of it. So that's the Ryan Meikle darts. So next up we've got the Thomas Junghans, I think that's how you say it, and these are 23 gram 90% tungsten, and as you can see, cardboard packaging with the plastic inlay, and that's fitted into the point holder. Come with the Mission grip lock stems and the standard shaped flights. I'll just stick one on, have a little closer look. So once again, it's like a straight barrel dart, like it often is with a lot of the pro players, but for most people I think it's the most common style anyway. But nice little bit of grip there on that section. It's like a, what is it, almost like a kind of like triangular ring and groove, but you've got lateral cuts running through it, so the lateral cuts are just giving you some edginess there. So for front grippers, nice bit of grip, and then goes to like a normal thin ring grip on the rear, and then a little bit of like micro grip towards the end of the barrel. So obviously less grippy there, but quite nice there. But if you don't need a lot of grip and you're a kind of mid to rear gripper, you might still be okay with that. But again, fit with the Mission grip lock stems and the standard shape flights. Now a little bit of info which is supplied with them. As I mentioned, the 90% tungsten and $55.95 is the retail price. So we've got the steel tip 21, 23, 25, and the soft tip is 20. And got the dimensions and grip level 5. Now I'd say it depends on where the grip is getting measured there. I would probably say that section is more like a 6, possibly 6.5 because of the lateral cuts, but the rest of it is probably closer to the 5. Next up is the Labyrinth. Used to be a kids program called that. I know there was a movie with David Bowie in it, but I'm sure there was one as a kid. I used to watch it. And inside, got again plastic inlay holding the darts in place with the point holder, and fitted with the Mission grip lock stems and these kind of holographic style standard shape flights. Quite nice the way the light plays on them. Interesting effect that. So there you go, it's kind of like a front weighted tapered style, mostly smooth around the very front, but you've got some ring and groove and then some of the lateral notches protruding into the smooth section, and then above that you've got a very fine ring and groove with staggered notches interspersed with a single ring. So a nice bit of grip on there, but the rear section is where it's going to be more grippy, and it's got a kind of, well, I don't know what you can say, it's kind of like a polygonal grip with a pyramidal grip in between. So I don't know how close I can get to see it for you. So that's probably about it. But you can see the silvery part is like a polygonal multi-sided ring, but then the black sections are like a pyramidal grip, so good bit of grip on the rear section there, and overall quite a nice feel. It has a kind of nice balance as well, so I think for rear grippers it's going to sit comfy in your fingers, but mid grippers you get a slightly more chunky part of the barrel and probably feels quite nice for the balance. Oh, and they were fitted with the sabre stems. I think I said grip lock before, but it's not, it's the polycarbonate with the alloy top sabres. But those flights look really good. It just looks, I know it's like a holographic effect, but it's just the way it kind of like plays on the light. Really good that. So that's the Labyrinth darts, and I think that might be quite a popular one, that. So let's look at the info on these. Again, 90%, $67.95, a little bit more expensive for these ones, and they come in 22 and 24 gram, and there's the dimensions, and it says 7.5 for the grip. Now yeah, it probably, I would say maybe about 7 at most, but it might depend on the individual. Still some nice grip on it though. Alright, so next I've got the Moldavite. As you can see, it comes in some nice green and black packaging, And like I said, there seem to be a lot of brands doing these rigid luxury style packaging now. It tells you on there what you get inside, but it is becoming a thing now. It's probably partly to increase the price, make it look more premium than it would if it was in a normal pack. So obviously you are going to be paying extra for the packaging, but with this particular set it looks like you get a fair amount of extras as well, so you're paying for them of course too. What's this little badge? That's quite neat, a little magnetic one. I don't think I've seen ones like that before, but then again I'm not always buying things like that, so whether it's a new thing that's just come out or it's been out already, I don't know. But the dart's fitted with the Caliburn Evo points and comes supplied with the Force 90 Vortex moulded flights, obviously in the best colour, green. I'll give you a close look at them just now. And inside you've got a little internal tray, got an extra 2 sets of the Force 90, and you've got your little Caliburn point removal tool, and you've got 2 extra sets of Caliburn Evo points. So let's just have a quick look at them, see what we've got. So there we go. I'm not sure what sizes they are, I'll have to measure them, but I'm just giving you a quick look at them in any case. So there you go, it's a straight barrel dart, got the Evo points fitted. Let's see if I can unscrew them with my hand. Yeah, no. But it does look rather nice. It's got a quite shiny kind of black PVD, and whether that's a green PVD or electroplated coating, I don't know. But it is a kind of like simple style ring and groove grip. So I don't know, if it wasn't in the fancy packaging, maybe it wouldn't be so pricey. If it was in some normal packaging, I guess it'd probably be around about 55 quid, 60 quid at most. So you probably are paying a fair bit extra for the extra accessories and the fancy packaging, but nevertheless it does look nice. But let me see, I'd say, I haven't looked at the little leaflet yet, but I'd probably say around about 6 out of 10 for the grip, maybe 6.5, it might depend, but it should be again a good all-rounder, that I think. So let's have a look what the info says. We've got 105.95 for the price, 95% tungsten, available in 21, 23, 25 gram, and there's the info, and grip level 6 out of 10. Yeah, so I think that's spot on actually. Alright, so last is the Black Opal, which I guess is the premium model of the launch, and again comes in the nice luxury rigid presentation style packaging. And again inside we got the darts with the little Mission magnetic badge, and fitted with the Evo points and the molded Force 90 flights. And underneath we've got extra 2 sets of flights again, and again 2 extra sets of the Evo points with the 2. So I guess, I mean, obviously, like I said, you're probably paying extra for all that. Looks like the corner's been damaged. But if you're somebody who doesn't like using moulded flights, then obviously you'll be a bit miffed of having to pay the extra for all the flights that you're not going to be using. So as mentioned, they're fitted with the Evo points. It's kind of like a carrot style shaped barrel, thin at the front and then tapering wider on the rear. But it looks like it slightly tapers a little bit on the end part, but I think maybe rear grippers might get the best in the balance of it. I'm not really sure how you describe that grip like. It's, well, I don't know, kind of like a ringed wavy grip with diamond notches, but I like how they've got the coating just on the notches there, like the coral PVD coating, and it kind of like just has a slight change as you angle it differently, so gets a nice contrast with the black. But I mean, it could work with your front mid or rear gripper, but like I say, I think rear gripper is probably going to get the best in terms of the balance. But in terms of the grip level, it's a curious one actually. It seems to feel less grippy on the thin parts and a little bit more grippy on the chunkier parts. I'd probably say, I don't know, maybe around about 7, I think. Well, oops, again fitted with the Force 90 molded flights, so there you go, quite a sleek looking shape to that. Alright, just have a look at the info. So they're priced at $114.95, steel tip in 22, 24, 26 grams, same length for it all, 48, 95% tungsten, and they've put the grip level as 8. I don't think it feels quite as high as that to me, like. And the soft tip is in 20 gram. Right, so that's all the ones that have been sent, but there's some other ones on this catalogue. So I'll just give you a quick look. So there's the Rodon, zoom out a little. That looks like it's got quite a nice grip. And they're $114.95. And then there's the Vector. Yeah, that's got an interesting style grip there as well. And how much is that? Again, $114.95. And we've got the Neutron, which looks as if it's got a decent level of grip. Looks like a front weighted style. So well, this is a heavy weight, this one, 30, 32 and 34 grams. So that's for the people who like a heavy barrel, but $72.95 for that one. And the Argent, $44.95, almost like a normal ring and groove with a bit of sharp grip. So I think that's it. So that was just an unboxing video. I'm not doing any throwing in this one simply because it was kind of a quick look preview unboxing, but I will do some slightly more in-depth reviews when I get round to it. But there's another couple of launches coming this week, or is it next week? Anyway, I've got more stuff to show you in previews, and I've also got some other darts from another brand that is a new brand which I need to show you. And I think there's another brand that's also got a couple of new items out, so I think there's going to be a lot of like quick looks and unboxings for the next few weeks, but I'm going to try and fit in some reviews if I can, but they're not going to be as in-depth as before, simply because my elbow is knackered. And it's not just the throwing that's the problem, it's when I have to move all the equipment around, and even on my computer, just holding the mouse and editing and all that can be a bit painful, and keeping the arm in too much of a similar spot all the time for a long period, it just aches afterwards. So I'm trying to cut down on how much I have to edit on the PC as well. So going forward, they're going to be fairly quick like reviews, but maybe just a little bit more in depth than what you've just seen. So it is what it is, and it's the only thing I'm going to be able to do for it sometime, I think, until this arm settles down. So that's the end of this video. I'll see you in the next one. Happy darting.